As a former board member told me 10 years ago, Project Veritas will never be stopped from the outside. It will only be because we stopped ourselves, right? I'll get to that too in a minute. Prophetic as it may be, that is exactly where we find ourselves in the situation today. A situation where I've been stripped of my authority as CEO and removed from the board of directors. I bet you didn't know that.
We know now. That was James O'Keefe, of course, who has been forced to resign from Project Veritas for his alleged mistreatment of staffers and his alleged misuse of the nonprofit's funds. And we've got all the details about what those accusations are. Now, he was placed on paid leave earlier this month amid a dispute with the nonprofit's board. The board reversed O'Keefe's firing of 2 top executives and also received a lengthy memo from unhappy employees and staffers detailing how he has been outright cruel, how his conduct is basically, it equates to mistreating the staffers. And there are specific details in the memo that we're gonna get to in just a second. Now, the lengthy memo regarding his treatment and cruelty was signed by a third of the employees over at Project Veritas. So it's not like, oh, there's some unnamed individual within the staff that doesn't like him, or this is some sort of hatchet job against him. A third of employees signing on to this letter is a pretty big deal. And here's what they say. James has become a power-drunk tyrant, and he is exactly who he pontificates on who he should be exposing, the memo said.
Ouch.
Working for O'Keefe at Project Veritas can mean being publicly humiliated by him in what amounts to public crucifixions, and even being required to take lie detector tests, his unhappy employees write in the memo. So apparently there were some employees that he suspected were leaking things to the press, and he had the staff take polygraph tests. I mean, it's insane. There's more, there's a lot more. Let me read one more for you. James has become, a power drunk tyrant. I just really wanted to emphasize that.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah.
But look, so we're gonna get to the music videos, don't worry.
No, it's the best part.
They're hilarious. Okay, hold on.
Okay, but
they spent money on it. It's
they did,
great.
But here's the debate that's gonna happen. Was the music video good?
That's a debate? Oh my God, stay tuned. Okay, but I only have like a tiny bit of sympathy for the employees. Why? First, they work at Project Veritas.
1000%.
You went to go work for a douchebag organization that smears others and edits tapes in a deceptive way to try to hurt organizations and other human beings.
Yeah.
And you didn't get treated well. Duh.
Yeah, let's also be clear, because Project Veritas loves to sue. We believe and we think that Project Veritas is a douchebag organization. Go ahead, Cenk.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
That is very important to clarify,
Yep.
okay? So you went to go hurt others, and then you're like, it turns out they're for authoritarianism. But that's what you signed up for. And they're really mean. But that's what you signed up for. What did you think was gonna happen? That he was gonna be mean to people you don't like, but internally he was just gonna be an angel? No, he's just as much of a douche as you wanted him to be to others.
We think he's a douche.
Okay, in our opinion.
In our opinion.
Okay, so seriously, on the other hand, it is interesting that they went like, yeah, we're gonna get those libs and we're gonna own them and we'll just doctor the videos. In my opinion, okay, you can watch the videos for yourself and see the missing parts.
And also there's quite a bit of reporting, extensive reporting showing that the videos have been doctored. So,
yes,
yeah.
You can read that reporting for yourself. Look, you can see what's missing and what they put in. It's super obvious. Anyways, and they're like, you wanted to do that, and then you get this guy, and then you're like, oh wow, when it's done to you, that doesn't feel good. Well, that's what a conservative is, right? They just don't think anything matters until it's done to them. Well, now it was done to you. Of course O'Keefe is like this. Look, some of the stories are outrageous in terms of the abuse, But then the misuse of funds for musicals is just the greatest thing in the world.
So we're gonna get to the misuse of funds because that is probably the juiciest part of this, but a few more comments from the staffers who were abused. During a September 2022 trial against a Democratic consulting firm that O'Keefe later lost, an employee complained that O'Keefe berated them in front of jurors because he needed something to eat. He was very hungry. Ultimately, the employee alleged O'Keefe took a sandwich from a heavily pregnant woman, which Will Sommer over at the Daily Beast. I get it, she was 8 months pregnant, but heavily pregnant, I don't find better wording. Anyway, the staffer said, quote, "I was yelled at in front of jurors because he was hungry and then he took the 8-month pregnant woman sandwich."
But does anything describe a conservative better than, "I want your stuff and I don't care who you are. I'm pro-life, but give me that sandwich. I don't give a damn if you or your fetus wants it."
In another apparent reference to O'Keefe, a staffer complains about employees at Project Veritas getting spat on. So like Jimmy Dore apparently works there. I'm kidding, that's a joke.
Well, he would spit if he heard that joke because he was just laughing
so
at
funny.
his jokes.
Yeah. Rule number 1, you can't spit in an employee's face over a tweet, true story.
So guys, that one's critical to me. So Will Sommer doesn't have a great reputation at the Daily Beast either, by the way. So I take everything he says with a grain of salt. So in this case, we don't know if it was like he's screaming in his spittle. That's bad, right? But it's different than going and spitting in an employee's face over a tweet. If it was actually spitting in the face, no, like you should go to jail, but that's assault. Like no one should tolerate that. That's insanity.
Yes.
But we don't know which one it is, to be fair.
And there's been a lot of turmoil at Project Veritas, including an FBI investigation. So Project Veritas faces a number of threats, including an FBI investigation and an ex-employee's lawsuit alleging that O'Keefe oversaw a raucous, sexually charged workplace complete with at least one drug overdose. Project Veritas has denied breaking any laws in the FBI investigation and is fighting the lawsuit. But in December, the group did lay off several staffers. All right, so with that said, let's move on to the accusations pertaining to the misuse of funds, okay? Now, the board has claimed that it was legally required to call a board meeting after it discovered that O'Keefe was committing what they described as financial malfeasance. The board's list of alleged misspending incurred by the nonprofit at O'Keefe's direction included a $14,000 charter flight to meet someone who could repair his boat. Other alleged expenses included $150,000 over 18 months on private black cars and thousands of dollars on DJ and other equipment. The board also accused O'Keefe of wasting $60,000 on dance events.
Dance events.
Which, look, I like dance events, but I'm not gonna use TYT funds to do it, right?
60,000, how much dancing did you do, brother? Man, that is a dance-a-thon. Saturday Night Live over there.
Now in December,
Fever, sorry.
In December, Project Veritas also acknowledged improperly giving O'Keefe $20,500 in excess benefits to pay for Project Veritas staff to accompany him to Virginia as he performed a lead role in a production of the musical Oklahoma. What? What? Okay, and then finally, there was some money put into what you're about to see, which is in fact something put together by O'Keefe, starring O'Keefe. Just enjoy, you're welcome.
I just can't believe that my face is on TV. Oligarchy, am I left or right? M-O-G-O-P. Oligarchy, do I have faith in truth? Does truth have faith in me?
James O'Keefe is suing Twitter for defamation.
Project Veritas taken down because they confronted a Facebook executive.
Take a video like that down, that would be due to a doxing concern.
I can show you a video of CNN doing the exact same thing.
Twitter made factual statements about our client that are false.
Oligarchy, Twitter, CNN, Zuck is working with Dorsey.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Oligarchy.
No, but I kind of loved the song. Like, is that bad?
Well, we played it on Old School, now we play it here. It's gonna get stuck in my head. Don't do that to me. Oligarchy.
Can we just play the audio for a minute and like really like appreciate the musical genius behind this song?
He's gonna think it's real. He's gonna think it's real.
No, I kind of like the beat.
You're crazy. This is a weak ass amateur horse track.
But also, look, I'm a little concerned about children seeing that video. It might groom them. You know what I'm saying? It might persuade some of the male kids in this country to betray their masculinity, right?
I don't know. People are asking.
Keith is suing Twitter for defamation.
I love the bat thing.
Taken down because they confronted a Facebook executive.
Look at the bat.
Be due to
It's a
doxing
sledgehammer.
I can show you a video of CNN doing the exact same thing.
Factual statements about our
I love it so much. I love
Walking like an Egyptian.
it. Come on, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Bart made a good point last night on Old School. It's actually, we think it's based off of a Prince song, Controversy.
It is.
Oh,
it is.
that's why I like it.
Yeah, it is.
That's
it
why
is.
I like the beats.
It is from a Prince song, and this just validates the nature of conservatives going after
Stealing
a
things?
song, stealing from someone who is not alive.
And by the way, also black. So cultural appropriation. Okay.
He wants to be in musical theater so bad. So bad.
Guys, that's what
Live your dream, James.
Yeah.
Live your dream.
Dance
Go
your
for it.
little butt off, okay,
Yes.
James? Go get him!
Oligarchy.
Oligarchy. So guys, first of all, here's another set of folks I don't shed a tear for. The donors to Project Veritas.
Oh, I love
Some
it.
of the worst people on earth.
I love it.
I can't get enough of it. Waste their money.
Oligarchy.
The funny thing is, the donors are part of the oligarchy.
Oh, I love it so much.
And it's like such a hilarious meta meme, right? Where they're doing a song about the oligarchy funded by the oligarchy.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
So good.
And they don't make any money. They get 20 million a year from these right wingers. And O'Keefe's like, I don't know what to do with $20 million a year. So you know what? I'll just put on the musicals that I always dreamed about as a kid.
No, O'Keefe knows exactly what he wants to do with the $20 million
I know,
a
right?
year. We just listed it for you.
Yeah, look guys, man, I mean, here we check like every $4 receipt, okay?
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, these guys are spending $150,000 on cars. Like not to cars that they even buy, just like for simple transportation because they want to live like rock stars. So they take I don't care at all that they wasted douchebag right wingers money. I love that they wasted it. Hey, idiots who gave money to Project Veritas, in my opinion, enjoy the stupid ass song they spent it on.
Dude.
And I hope you enjoyed the Oklahoma production in Virginia where they went to for $20,000.
Oh my God. Can I just say, like really think about what it took to put that music video together. Like they went to train, like do the choreography, learn the choreography, practice. Like
they had to bother ripping off Prince and writing lyrics.
How much time did you spend on practicing? Kevin O'Keefe, James O'Keefe. Why do I keep wanting to call him Kevin? It's weird. But anyway, that was fun. So.
Yeah. And now, of course, there's a bunch of right wingers who are like, we stand with James O'Keefe.
Yeah, Charlie Turks.
You should be able to abuse your workers.
Right.
I mean, what's the whole point of a conservative? You can't dominate others and oppress them and keep them under your boot, right? What are these woke companies now at Project Veritas demanding not to be spit on?
Yeah, Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, Don Jr., the usual suspects are backing O'Keefe.
Yeah, Steve Bannon took he got indicted and then pardoned by Trump because he's a criminal, right? Over the money that they were gonna steal for their fake wall. You think he's gonna mind O'Keefe stealing from donors? That's like Republican 101. By the way, if you're a Republican donor, do not ever shed a tear that someone's taking money from you and misspending it. The whole point of your donation is to take money from the rest of us for tax cuts for the rich and deregulation so you could rob the rest of us. So you'll excuse us if we don't give a damn about how your corrupt money was wasted.
Oligarchy.
Here at TYT, we work to cut through all the establishment media's biases and bring you the news from a factual and progressive viewpoint. Now allow me to introduce you to Ground News, a new tool that you can use to stay informed on what's really going on around the world. Ground News doesn't just bring you the information, it also provides you with an easy to use rating system that measures each article's political leanings, factuality, and gives you complete transparency on who owns the news that you're reading. Like today, I was on their site and I saw an article about some improvements in the ozone layer. And I was a little skeptical because good news about the climate is pretty rare these days. But with over 100 sources originating from an even spread of news organizations, I was confident that what I was reading was true. So score one for Earth. So get the whole picture and break through the corporate media agenda by subscribing to Ground News today.